We're live, so by golly, we gotta be. Thursday sucked. Tried to go live Thursday. Nobody. Probably gonna happen again today, so just gonna sit here and wait till somebody come in. I love these live channels that have like dedicated followers. That like these people sit around with their cell phone in their hand 24 hours a day waiting for that person to go live. Because they're always the same people there all the time. Oh, says I got two. Alrighty. Look at me, I'm famous. Woo, 2 people. Who's out here? You care to tell me or no? Nope, one of you just left. What are you gonna do? Now everybody's gone. Fuck. Now 2 are back. I don't know if this is a true reading or not. This tells you how many people are up at the top up here. You can't see how I'm pointing it. I can see it, but you can't. Any comments from anybody? Do I know you? Who, if you're out here? Usually I have a couple people that I know on a regular basis that, we watch each other's lives and stuff. I figure why not? Oh, there she is. My number one. Robert Hall, number 2. Yes, thank you. Gosh, I'm glad you guys are out here. Erica, especially you. Wow, now I feel like I can actually talk to somebody. The thing I hate about doing lives, man, you do them, right? You get on there, and there's that first minute or so where nothing happens. You're just looking at the idiot that you're recording. You get where I went with that one at home. But I tried yesterday to do a live, and I couldn't because nobody came to see it. And I got frustrated. Sat here for 10 minutes, nothing. But that's the way life works. But what I was trying to talk about yesterday, and I want to talk about now, at least I got 6 people here listening, is a few days ago I saw a video. And on this video, hey, California Critic, how are you, man? And in this video, it was on New York. It was in New York. It was at a bus stop. Okay. A guy was knocking the living shit out of his girlfriend and or wife, whatever. I mean, pulling her in as he's punching. And there's like 6 or 7 men, there's 6 or 7 idiots standing there, and not a single one of them said anything, did anything. One guy literally kept looking at his phone, just scrolling through, and it was like 3 feet away from him, this girl screaming for help. So that's the subject that I was trying to talk about Thursday. What in the, excuse my language, what in the fuck has happened to men in this country? Thank you, Erica. What? I can't read that. Polthin Week, whatever. Hi, how are you? Thanks, brother. But what has happened to men? What has happened to fucking men? Thank you, are Cody. You know what happened? Okay. Sort of thing I hate about lives, because your comments and their comments back to you are so timed apart, you kind of lose track where you're talking about. But anyway, thank you anyway. Sadly, you get involved and the girl will attack you, and that's why domestic violence calls are so dangerous for police. Yes, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. But I'm talking about a situation like in this video. Okay, here's the type of guy I am. If I went to Walmart this morning, and when I got off my Harley, if I was walking into the store and I saw a guy whooping the shit out of some woman, I don't give a fuck about her. Okay? Because she probably had it coming. I know, touchy subject. But let's just say, in the long story short, she didn't deserve it. Okay? I don't know that going into that. So what I would do is I would simply tell the dude, hey, you got to stop what you're doing. And if you told me to go fuck off or something like that, I'd get involved then. That's just the way I am. And I just can't stand there and let. Okay, like my neighbor. My neighbor is the biggest douchebag bitch in the world. Okay, she's a drunk. She talks to imaginary people. She's wrecked her car numerous times. She's hit her house twice with her car. She's just a doofus. Okay, but if I walked out on my front porch and I saw some guy whopping the shit out of her, I'd stop it. Okay, because that's just what to me, that's what being a man is all about. You're supposed to be the stronger, more rational person. I forgot who told me this one time. They said that if your wife, girlfriend, sister, mother, grandmother sees you go total animal in front of them for a good reason, that's a good thing. A good man is a man who will go to that animal length when his family is being threatened. His women, that sounds really bad. His wife, daughter, grandma, mom. That's what you're supposed to fucking do. Um, what were the specific tale? Where did this happen? I just caught a clip of it. I don't know how old it was. It was in New York City. It was downtown New York. Um,
Person detected near your.
no, there's nobody at the front door. If you heard that, that's my Ring camera going off. And every time it goes off, Miss Harley dog over here. Come here, Harley. Come here. Miss Harley dog here decides she's got to get up and jump up and go look out the window because she's memorized the sounds of the Ring camera going off, aren't you? Right? Because that's you're a smart dog. You're a smart puppy. We rescued her. We rescued both of our dogs. That one. Oh shit. Oh, sorry. I got lost here. And then the other one, that's Luna right down. Luna, look. Look up here. Look at everybody. Don't look at me. Don't look at my hand. I don't got anything for you. Yeah, both of our dogs are rescue dogs. Well, thank you. I like her too. She's a good dog. She really is a good dog. Both of them are actually good dogs. What was that for? She just started whining. Um, I've always been very good with dogs. I was a certified trainer in the state of Illinois. That was many years ago. Uh, the guy I learned from loved big dogs. So, of course, back in them days, though, that was my old shepherd, which was actually my late wife Linda's seeing eye dog, Bobby dog. And then, of course, they've all been long gone now. She started whining because she took the camera off her. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I said this yesterday. I was trying to show that they're like little kids. Animals are like little kids. As soon as you put the camera on them, as soon as they know you are filming them, they stop, they hide, they pull their head away. I don't know. Unless you got one of those little kids that likes to walk up to the camera and stick their tongue out and get real close to it. Those little weirdos. That was one of my brothers. He was a little weirdo like that with Polaroids. Probably still is. I don't know. I unfortunately have been excommunicated from my family, kind of by choice. It sucks. Yeah. Harley will. She's kind of one of my main subjects on YouTube for my shorts. And I got to catch her off guard a little bit to get her in there. Then, because I'll find a template that I like and then I want to put her in that and I got to find the situation, use it for it. And sometimes she sits there, sometimes she doesn't. But, oh, you subscribed to me. Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I really do. I don't know how you pronounce that name. Pihotin. I'm not going to butcher it. I'm just going to say thank you, and we'll leave it at that. But going back to what my subject was about men being complete and utter pussies these days. I don't understand, and you see this a lot in the colleges. You see a lot of college age men, boys, who are just pussies. They're just little wimpy little pussies that don't. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get dirty. I don't want to. It just. Ugh. That's one thing I'll say. My wife Lisa has two boys, and one lives in Illinois, one lives down here in Florida. And the one down here in Florida, he's a handful. He's not a bad kid. He's just made some stupid choices in his life. But like most men, younger men who make stupid choices, he also found himself a girlfriend that knows how to anchor his ass down. And unless you're gay, of course, every man needs that type of woman in his life. Somebody that is going to stop him and say, don't do that because jail's expensive, or don't do that because you're embarrassing yourself. They've got to be that little voice of reason coming in there going, yeah, don't. And I think mostly it's because they don't want to be embarrassed. It's like with my wife, Lisa, she has to, if we're out on the bike and somebody pisses me off and I'll go by them and I'll yell at them, especially if they got New York plates on there, I'll say, go back to fucking New York, asshole. And she always tells me, she says, man, one of these days somebody's going to pull a gun on you. Well, when that day comes, it comes, because guess what? I carry too. So it'll be old time shootout. And for those of you who might not know, I was recently hit on my motorcycle. I had a guy involved in road rage, not with me, with another car. And for some reason, he got mad at me because I was unfortunately in between it at the stoplight, and I saw it, but I wasn't involved in it. I saw the actual idiot, what he did. He pulled out in front of a guy, caused the guy to just almost hit him, locked him up. His old time Jeep thing, bunny hopped down the road. The brakes were hit so hard. And they got to the stop sign. They're going back and forth. I'm in between it. And, I looked at the guy in the Jeep and I said to him, yeah, I saw what happened, dude. You have every right to be mad. The guy to my left was the guy who caused it. And I said to him, why don't you just take the L? Hey, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to make it up to you. Take it, learn from it, and move on. And he didn't like that answer. The light turned green, so I took off, and he's chasing me down Route 19 here in Florida. We get about 2 miles down the road. At this point, I'm going 65, I think, 60, 65 miles an hour. I'm in the inside lane because I'm trying to get cut into a turn lane to get away from the clown. And as I do this, he comes and cuts me right off, like just, boom. I saw it coming, so I was leaned a little bit to try to get away from it. Just as I started my lean, he hit me, which caused my bike to go into what's called a death wobble. That's where the front wheel goes back and forth like that, and you're just going, oh fuck. I have been on motorcycles for a long time, and I was lucky enough I was able to save it. I didn't go down, but I pulled into the turn lane. He then cuts across three lanes of Route 19, which is a major road, straight across, jumps the medium and blocks me in the turn lane, then goes forward and then comes back and rams the front of my bike again. Now, the bad thing about all this, I normally carry. That day I didn't. And even the cop who took the police report told me, he goes, well, that would have solved that whole problem right away, wouldn't it? I said, yeah. I said, I would have showed him the gun. He probably would have left. He goes, yeah, most likely. And I said, but if I'd shot him, would I be in trouble? And he goes, if everything you told me is true, no. You were defending yourself. He said, he came at you with a 3,000-pound vehicle. You shot him with a gun. But the good thing about it was I did get behind his car and I grabbed the rear windshield wiper and I yanked it off and I broke it off. And then as he came at me, he had a bar in his hand. He was trying to hit me with the bar and he kept telling me he was going to kill me. He swung the bar and I had a little open shot and I popped him right in the side of the head with the base of the wiper, and the blood just started coming out. My theory is he was probably on blood thinners and that's why it bled so bad, because it wasn't that big of a hit. Then he came at me again and I two-handed shoved him in the chest, back. His head went into his pillar of the door, catching him in the back of the head. That started bleeding real bad. So this guy's bleeding. I mean, I thought he was going to bleed out in front of me. And he kept speaking what I thought was Russian. I don't know. But after the blood, he got back in his car. He literally jumped over the other side of the medium strip, went 3 lanes, tried to go into the sidewalk, then came back again, did a couple S turns, and then just like a bat out of hell took off, got down to a major road intersection down here and ran that light and almost hit 3 cars. And I'm surprised nobody else called the cops on him, but it's stuff like that. Now, I know a lot of guys that all would have happened, and they would have been sitting on their bike listening to these 2 bitch, and they just would have been straight ahead. Don't hear it, don't want to see it, don't get involved. No. I have a right to say what I want to say. I can't help it that the guy had a loose screw upstairs, and he didn't like what I had to say. I also think the reason he came after me is because he saw an easier target, meaning I'm on a motorcycle. Now, little sub-story to this, or a sidebar to this. I put this story out on one of our local pages out here on Facebook, okay? And within a week, I had 3 different people contact me saying that they have had problems with the same description man, same type of car, same MO, the same take coming out with that freaking bar or whatever he has in his hand, yelling how he's going to kill you. So at least people are starting to be aware of him. And to this day, even I still go down 19 on my bike. I was just at Walmart today, and I went down there. I was looking at every white Kia to see if it had a broken rear window wiper, because I'm not done with him. I'm not done with him at all. I will run into him again, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun because he will be going to jail. And as soon as I get all his information, I'm going to sue him for the damage on my bike. My front fender was all fucked up. My one Harleys have a main headlight and then 2 spotlights, one on each side. That one was cranked all the way over and kind of bent. I had to fix that. So yeah, there's some damage on my bike. And the other thing that really pissed me off is I had just got my 360 camera, and I did not bring my 360 camera with me. Here's why. No gun, no camera. Because I was only going uptown to get one thing, and I was coming right back home again. Well, now I have a complete defense kit in back of my bike. It never leaves my bike now. It's staying with me at all times. And I'm going to invest in a few things, because this is bullshit. This is straight bullshit. You should not have to. Oh, thank you, Erica. You should not have to fear for your life driving a motorcycle down the highway because some idiot didn't like what you said to him, which further proves the fact that there's just people out there who are just unstable in the head. They're fucking nuts. Just look at anybody who voted for Kamala. That's a man. Well, I don't think any men voted for Kamala. Real men, anyway. They all. I watched this guy on Facebook. What's his name? Justin Stoley, I think he is. He's a country boy, I believe. I believe he's down in Florida or Georgia. I can't remember. But he does morning shows, kind of like this, where he talks about how idiotic most people are. And I got a private motorcycle group that I talk with, and they just keep sending message after message. Something about tomorrow. I think they want to go to Leesburg. I don't know what it is, but oh, hi Kitty, what up? It's one of our rescue kitties. That one right there. Right, Kitty? Yeah. This one sat outside my wife's office and cried for probably a whole weekend. And then Lisa went and got it out of the area that was in. We've had it ever since. The other one looks just like that one. Because trust me, if you're not from Florida, you don't understand this statement, but there are black and white cats all over the goddamn place in Florida. It's like the cat colony said, let's pick a basic color. They went, okay, black and white. we have one cat out front that my wife is trying to take care of. But oops, sorry. We have enough animals. Don't need any more fucking animals. Because I guarantee if that possum that we would feed a possum outside, if that possum came in the house, she'd keep it. And so would I. Possums are cool pets. But it was. Hey, Mayor, how are you? How's the state of Illinois? How's the life with under the big fat ass Pritzker? Oh man, I love these things. These things are so goddamn good. 6 months ago, I went to my doctor. They said, "Hey, guess what? You're pre-diabetic." I went, "Really? Fuck." So I had to stop drinking my drug of choice, which was Mountain Dew. I know, Mountain Dew. I used to, when I was driving, I used to down 3 or 4 bottles of Mountain Dew a day. Sitting in a truck doing nothing but driving and drinking Mountain Dew. And then I wondered why I got so fat. But now that I don't drink that anymore, so I drink 2 of these a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. And that's all I drink, and besides water. Because my numbers are going down. I want to keep them that way, but enough of that bullshit. Nobody wants to hear about my health problems. You ever work with somebody like that? You talk to them, you say, "How's it going?" And they give you a complete dossier of their health problems and how they're feeling and what's hurting and how, oh, well, this and that, and the doctor. I used to work with a guy like that. You knew not to ask him, "How are you doing today?" Because it'd be 20 minutes later when he'd get done telling you everything that was wrong with him. Be like, "God damn, you're 36 years old. Why are you so broken down already?" And of course, people like that, they always have the excuses. Ooh. I'm sitting outside, kind of. And this is my view. And there was a bird that just flew right through there. Pretty big bird. It's another thing. You ever notice on the internet, especially? Would you stop? Go away. Just go away. Quit begging me. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at that stub going. I don't know what you're looking for. What do you want? No, you have to tell everybody. No, don't. See what I said about earlier? They hide. What are you going to do? Are you going to bark? You going to tell me? No. Oh my gosh. Hang on, let me let this idiot outside. You want to go outside? Is that what you want? All right, come on. We'll move so I can shut the door. Ugh. Oh, what do we got here? Robert Hall. Only ask if you care. I do care. I listen, and I hope you stay healthy, brother. Oh, it's just me talking. Don't worry about it. He's a blob. I'm a blob. Not real good at these live things. I like doing them because I like doing what I'm doing. Comes from the old days of being in radio, which, oh, those were fun times. I've done radio. The last thing I did was me and Lisa went into community radio, had a show together. People running it didn't like it because it actually made sense. Their shows didn't make sense. I don't know. I would love to find somebody who had a podcast that would like to do one with me that was close by. That would be nice. Do that again. Yeah, I know. Pritzker is the blob. I know what you were talking about. I'm just goofing. But I see you guys in Illinois. This is for mayor. In Illinois, I see that you can buy flags that say impeach Pritzker, and some other flags that say something about Pritzker. I'm not sure what they are, but I saw them. I was like, I'd get one, but it would make no sense down here. even though we have a strong Illinois community down here. It's like every time I meet somebody, it's like, oh, where are you from? Illinois. Great. I came 1,300 miles away from where I live to meet people from where I used to live. That doesn't even make sense. But then again, I guess it does. I don't know. It's like me and my wife were talking the other day, and I have that little moment where I felt a little insecure about our relationship. And I said to her, I said, Lisa, was I the only one for you? And she kind of looked around and she said, well, absolutely, because the others were all 8s and 9s. Glad to see she lowered her standards for me. I'm in a condo and they flown on flags. you you see that down here a lot in the trailer parks. You see a lot of Canadian flags and Florida flag and then American flag. And it's talking about flags. I remember last one time I was doing the live and somebody told me that this flag is racist and that flag is racist. So I asked him, what about that one? Was that racist? And what about, that's the other one. That's right, I got 3 over here. And I asked him, I said, well, what about that one? Is that one racist? And is that one racist? And of course, when I showed him the Trump flag is looking bad. It is looking bad. Look at that bottom there. It looks bad. It's old. I got to get it replaced. I'm going to replace it with a Florida State flag. We keep those up there because they keep the sun from hitting you, because at a certain time, you can't even sit out here in the summertime. It's an oven. Just an absolute oven out here. What do we got here? I like those emojis. I don't know what those are. Are those fish or clams? I'm blind as a bat, brother. I can't see that shit. I need readers. Who am I kidding? I need glasses, period. I still have my faraway sight, but I can't see shit close up to save my ass. Which makes driving a lot of fun. I just drive by Braille. Oh, stop. But I don't know what the weather's like, but anybody. But here in Florida, it is bright blue sky, no clouds. We're about 78 degrees and record low humidity. We have wildfires everywhere, almost every day now. It hasn't rained here in a good over at least 2 months now in my area. It's rained every place else, and every morning you see them out there seeding the clouds. You see 2 or 3 chemtrails in the sky, but it's not working. I guess God doesn't want us to be wet anymore. Because usually about this time, we're starting to get some hellacious rainstorms. And come June, we should have even worse. But I don't know. Same weather in Ohio, but not low humidity. You guys got high humidity there? Oh. I saw your the humidity, Mar, is when I first come down here, I thought, oh my God, I'm going to die in this shit. I'm going to die. But oddly enough, you do get used to it. Your body does regulate to the humidity level. Because when I first got down here, I worked outside at 50 plus years old. I was outside hanging on the back of a garbage truck in the Florida sun. There's a couple times I thought it was going to kill me, but it was not fun. But you get used to it. You really do. You learn to appreciate breezes. It's like the old saying they have down here in Florida. Not the best parking spot in the parking lot is not the one closest to the door. It's the one underneath the shade tree. And whenever I take my bike and I go somewhere, and if I park in the parking lot, I look for the tree. I look for a tree, a shade sort. Sometimes I'll park my bike right up on the sidewalk of the business, like I did today at Walmart. Pulled it right up on the sidewalk in front of the front doors because I was going to be in there for 5 minutes. Plus, everybody does that down here. Everybody puts their bikes on sidewalks down here. And occasionally you get a couple of assholes. Hey, don't put your bike up there. What does it take? What spot is it hurting? What spot is that bike taking up? How is that hurting anything? It's not. It absolutely is not hurting anything. It's just stupidity. It's like people find certain things to bitch about, but they don't It's nothing. It's nothing good. It's trivial shit. It's like today when I went to the pharmacy at Walgreens. There was a guy, an older woman, and me. Okay, we're all standing in line. The pharmacist opens the gate up, and she knows the woman, and she says, "Hi, how are you?" And the woman goes, "Oh, I'm fine. How are you?" The guy in front of her turns around, looks at her, and he says, "I'm first." She goes, "I know that, sir. I just was saying hi to my friend." "I don't care. I'm first, and you're taking up my time." It's like, really? God damn. That's another thing that really bothers me. To see all these nutbags from the left, okay? Down with ICE, Donald Trump's a pedophile, all that bullshit, right? What bothers me the most is especially down here, the majority of people who are behind that anti-ICE movement down here are 65, educated, and have retired down here. You're educated, but you can't figure out that. Just, when COVID was going on, which was a lie, me and my wife were at, I don't know what store, I think it was Aldi's, and we were standing together looking at something. We were standing there, and a hand literally comes right between our two heads and grabs something off the shelf. And I turned around and looked at her, and I said, "Do you know how to say excuse me?" She just looked at me with shock in her eyes and ran off. Oh, neighbor's cutting his grass. Thank you. Now the dogs are going to go over here. Oh, I guess he's not cutting it. No, we have this. He's a nice guy, but we have. Let's see if I can show you guys him. If you look through the screen there, the fence, you see that. I don't know if you can see him, but he's right about there. Oops. But anyway, he's fuck, that scared me. Shit. God damn. I look like a fucking mugshot. Um oh, you're over 65 and you appreciate ice? So do I. I like ice. I think we should have more of it. I mean, they were down here in Florida. Did you hear about any problems? You know why? Because Florida don't fuck around. And I've had people tell me that, and I've always thought, yeah, sure. Everybody says it. Fuck around with Florida Highway Patrol down here. You will regret it. These guys make Arkansas Highway Patrol look like little pussy girls. Arkansas will pit you on a motorcycle at 100 miles an hour. They don't care. Florida, they'll pit you on the motorcycle, then they'll run you over, then they'll jump on you, beat you, tase you, then cuff you. They're just badasses down here. And I live in Pasco County, and Pasco County does not fuck around with this. In Hillsborough County, which is where Tampa is, you can protest all day long. You can scream anti-Trump rhetoric. You could scream at ICE agents. You can do it. But the minute you step off that goddamn sidewalk onto the street, kiss your ass goodbye because you're going to jail. They don't even ask you to get back. It's stay where you're at. Do not move. If you are blocking a business, you'll get arrested. If you attack a car, we can drive over your ass down here. If I'm in my car and I feel threatened, I can drive over as many protesters as I need to get to safety, and no charges will be filed against me. And people ask me why I live in Florida. Another thing I love about Florida, we have stand your ground law, the Castle Doctrine, which simply means anywhere on my four sides of my property, if you come into there and threaten me, I can pew pew your ass, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. That's why we don't have as many kick in the door. They kick the door in and charge you. But the scam down here is they send a girl to the door. She knocks on the door. She's got a fake name tag. And she says, "Hi, we're here to do a free home inspection for the value of your insurance company." I'm like, "Yeah, right. I was born yesterday, bitch. Come on." And then what happens? You let them in, and three other guys run in behind her. They tie you up. They rob your place. By the time you get untied, they're long gone. So, another reason why I own a gun. Let me rephrase that. I own several guns. I think guns are your right. You should have them. And sounds like my neighbor's doing a drug deal. Right over behind. Let's see if I can't get there. Right back here. Can't get my hand in there. Right back there. There's a gap in between the two fences. And there's somebody back there. We're getting some more crack. I've caught the guy back there a couple times selling drugs. Told him if I catch him on my, because technically that's part of that gap way is my yard, and the guy behind me is the other half. They build fences weird down here. They keep the right of way open. That's for utilities. They can walk from one end of the block to the other in the back of your yard through that right of way, which is kind of a nice idea, I guess. But I've caught the guy, and I told him that if I caught him back there get on my property, I was going to put a bullet in him. And he just looked at me like I was nuts. Well, I don't know what you're here for. I mean, I know you're here for drugs, but I don't know what you're going to do after you ingest those drugs. And even as a druggie, if you were on the street, why would you want to buy it off the street anymore? Everybody's putting fentanyl in everything. I was going to get a Chicago style hot dog the other day, and I thought, man, I better not. They might have fentanyl in it. We have a lot of fentanyl death down here. It's disgusting how bad it is. Hang on a second, I see what they're doing. Where's the other one? Oh well. Well, I gotta go, brother. Yeah, you know what, Robert? Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go get out of here too. This wasn't as action packed as I had imagined it in my head, but kind of the way things work. Oh, we got somebody on the other side of the fence. Isn't that nice? All right. Well, I gotta go. I gotta go take care of this. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.